Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our show. If you notice, we are not live because the internet is not working. And someone forgot to hit record.
I'm just gonna stare at the roof titty for 5 minutes while you do the stuff I've already done.
We're just gonna sit here blank now. This week's cancer.
This week's cancer.
This week's charity. This month's charity is Prevent Cancer Foundation, and it does what it says it does. It likes to do research to try to prevent cancer, try to catch it early.
It's also Black History Month.
Yes, it is, and Prevent Cancer Month. So if you like to check our charity, it's linked down below. Our talk show now has an audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And apparently we lost a cat last night.
Lost the cat, found it in the dryer, moving on.
The dryer.
So I've got a routine, because nobody in this house knows how to turn off the lights, apparently.
At the end of the day.
You know, gotta go...
Collect animals.
Well, I don't collect them, I count them. Right, so Kitty's normally on the back of the couch. That's where he likes to sleep.
Size on the tree.
Size either on the tree or in the clothes.
Or in the house.
Right, or in the house.
House.
She's easy to find because you walk out and say Sai, she starts meowing. It's not hard to find Sai. And then the dogs, well, you touch the refrigerator and they come running. So
one of the dogs were left out yesterday before you went to bed. Because it's like, no, Thor, you can't come with me.
Because I didn't want him in the room.
Yeah. I was like, Thor, don't come with me.
Well, I was trying to snuggle my wife.
Because it was her birthday.
Because it was her birthday, and they tried to get involved. I ended up hurting my hips anyway, so...
My hip hurts, too.
Yeah, I'm just not built for...
Snuggling.
Built for that anymore.
I gotta get married early.
You know.
Imagine if you still had to try.
Nope.
Yeah, single forever.
Single and...
Forever.
Yep. Home alone by myself all the time.
That's it. Dying slowly.
Dying slowly. It was like, you know, well, now I'm married. I die a little bit faster.
Not slowly.
Not slowly. Slowly adjacent.
Slowly adjacent.
Like it's kind of slow, but not all the way. And then the internet's out. So, like, here's the thing, right?
That's one of our topics. Do people rely too much on technology?
Here's
the whole house is.
Here's part of the problem, right? I get angry, right? Then I get angry, and my
blood pressure goes up.
Blood pressure goes up, and then like after I'm done being angry, I feel really tired.
Like it took a lot out of you.
Right, like it took a lot out of me to get fucking... Like
if you went Super Saiyan or some shit.
Right, because I was so angry, and it's just like... This is why I don't try not to get frustrated.
Because you get exhausted.
Because, it just exhausts me.
Imagine trying to be the Hulk, right?
Sleep for 12 days. I wouldn't have to worry about me hulking out again. He's been asleep for 2 years.
10 minutes of hulking, sleeps for 2 years. He's not a threat.
He's not a threat. He only pops out enough time to save the world and peel off.
Eat.
Sleep. Hulk messed up a shawarma, but that's about it. There's no food left in shawarma, but I liked Endgame.
Endgame, yeah.
When they made him take the stairs. Hulk hates stairs. And I'm thinking, why didn't you just jump back out the window? Like,
he didn't want to land on the people.
But you could have looked down and be like, oh, there's no people there.
More damage.
Bruh. New York was fucked up. It didn't matter.
He really doesn't like Loki. He saw when Captain America turned back, or Loki turned back into Loki after being Captain America, and he hits the wall. It goes like this. Still a favorite thing, right? You will stop. I am a god. You will not. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. From Avengers. Puny god.
Fucking Bam Bam his ass from Flintstones and then fucking
whooped his ass.
Bro, that's what always killed me about those movies, right? It's like it's all the Avengers being Avenger like, and then like the bad guy, they finally get in front of the bad guy and Hulk's just like you're not ready for it and fucking destroys him. But
Ragnarok? No. Hulk, come back. Bad guy. Big bad guy. No, do not attack him.
No, my favorite had to be Age of Ultron. Right, when he's flying away in the jet, and Ultron's like, "Oh, come on!"
He kicks him out.
And he fucking he's
kicks his ass out.
He's falling out of the ship. Oh, it's just terrible.
And Tasha pushed him over. Like, I need the big guy. And then, like, when they landed on they landed up there, she like fell. He's like, "Are we even?" Like,
yeah.
And then Thor tried to do the sun's getting pretty low.
Yeah, and he kicked Thor in the chest.
And then in Ragnarok, Loki's like, "Yes,
that's how that feels."
Smashed his Hulk won. No, I would have won. Nope. Hulk won. Hulk like volcano. Yeah. You like amber.
Hulk like raging fire.
You
Thor
like campfire.
Babbling brook. Yeah. Little candle. Yeah, that's funny.
The whole Avengers. Yeah, Hulk was always like a punch Thor.
That's why they fucking
Avengers. He just punches him.
That's why they kicked him out of fucking Endgame and shit.
Oh.
Because Infinity War wouldn't have happened if Hulk would have stepped back out.
Oh, he could be his little bitch though, because Thanos fucked his ass up in a boxing match.
Right. But that wouldn't have happened with the whole Avengers.
Oh no.
Right, because there would have been too many goddamn openings for Hulk to beat the life out of you.
All right, like they're like, yeah, Hulk's got it. Hulk goes down, like, we give up, like, we're done.
Right.
With one Infinity Stone, you're good. Like,
yeah, no, Hulk.
But did you see Thanos' face when Captain America grabbed his gauntlet? He's like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, oh. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If Captain America was doing that, Hulk was gonna beat the life out of him.
But Captain America must beat the life out of him with the fucking Thor's hammer.
I'm just saying.
Fucking almost whooped his ass.
There's just too many openings for Hulk at that point versus Hulk on the ship. Right? He was too closed in.
Yeah, couldn't jump around and throw you.
Right. He wasn't able to get like to his max Hulkness.
And he got knocked out before he got angry, because he gets more powerful as he gets angry.
Right.
So the more you hit him, you probably could have got angrier.
Right.
But no, they're like, oh, he's locked down and he won't come out and play.
Well, because
the arc. They want to do the arc of Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk, yeah. Gray Hulk.
Oh, the Gray Hulk, yeah, but this one's the green one.
Well, the
gray one has an intelligence of Bruce
smaller than normal Hulk.
He's the same size as Korg. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, no.
They're like, no, that's not.
Thor towered Natasha. Like, I mean, like, towered. Towered Thor too. Like, his hand. Thor's hand can barely grab Thor's whole. Like, I mean, Thor could barely grab Hulk's whole hand when he came down on him.
Right.
But this one has to use a pencil.
I don't know.
But do we rely too much on technology?
Right, we talked about Avengers for 10 minutes.
We did that yesterday, too. We're nerds.
Well, no, because originally we were talking about, like, do you imagine, like, if Jarvis ran on regular internet like us?
Or the whole Stark Tower?
Right, like Tony Stark's in the middle of a battle and then fucking Jarvis is, like, buffering.
Comcast? Right. Oh, this is Comcast.
Comcast
customer
connection.
Service. We're letting you know you have some outages in your area. I'm in the middle of a fight.
Right. We're about to drop a nuke on New York.
Time.
It's a bad time to lose satellite signal there, friend.
Right. We're fighting Thanos here.
About to punch Thanos in the face, buffering. No.
Everything stops.
Right, he can't move at all.
Arc reactor can't do anything without being buffered. Fuck. Your download speed.
Your download speed, Mr. Stark, is trash.
Travers is like, Mr. Jarvis?
The Iron Man suits run by sled dogs.
Pepper's over there doing like a pedal thing to make the power go. You know, after Jarvis got uploaded into, what's it called? Vision, he started using Friday.
Yeah.
His other artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but I don't think I think Friday. See, I don't know.
Well, in the magazine when it popped up, in the beginning of Iron Man, when they went through his life, one was he created 2 artificial intelligence. One was Jarvis that he worked on forever, which was after his butler.
Right.
And then he had Friday. When they go fight Thanos again or whatever, he put Friday in, or Ultron, he put Friday in.
Yeah.
Well, and then during the other thing, he's like, Friday, how we looking?
Well, at that point, he didn't have a choice.
Because Jarvis is gone.
Because Jarvis is part of Vision, yeah. Well, the worst part is the actor who actually played Jarvis is the actor that plays Vision.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the worst part
Like
is you're telling.
Human Jarvis made an appearance in Endgame when he was with Howard Stark.
Right, but yeah, I mean, right. But it was still the same actor.
No, that was a different actor. That was the one that played in the TV show, Agent Carter. They had the same actor that played Howard but in Ant-Man they used the same one from Civil War when he was doing the virtual reality thing of his dad. That actor was the same one in Ant-Man.
Bro, you know, nobody talks about her because, like, she's so wishy-washy and she wasn't cemented anywhere.
Who?
Pond. Pond's the blue girl.
Oh, Amelia Pond.
Yeah, she's...
Karen Gillian.
Yeah, Pond.
The girl from Doctor Who, guys.
The girl from Doctor Who.
She played Nebula.
Right, she was Nebula.
She killed Nebula.
She killed herself, yeah. But she was actually really good in that role. Like you believed she was Nebula. Like
yeah,
you never saw anybody else. You just saw Nebula, and then it's like when
I still can't believe Bradley Cooper was Rocket.
Right.
The guy from Hangover.
Well, fucking Groot was
Van Diesel.
Van
How much
Diesel.
money he got paid to say I am Groot by a different language? No, he did all the languages. It's his voice in every single language.
I am Groot is still I am Groot in every language.
No, I mean he translated it. Like so when they did it again in Spanish, he did it in Spanish.
Le Gruta.
Yeah. No, seriously. No matter what it got dubbed in, it was his voice. He got paid buku money to say I am Groot.
Konnichiwa, Groot.
How are you on Groot? You speak Groot? Yeah, it's elective. It's elective in Asgard.
I'm just saying though, like you know, and the thing was so it's like even like Nebula, right? Because she was so good at it.
Yeah.
You didn't even notice it was really her until you started like.
Yeah, the look.
Right.
Well, some actors are like that. Like some get casted as that role.
Well, it's the cosmetics and stuff.
Well, no,
too.
like Johnny Depp could be different characters. You won't see the last character. Unlike Nicolas Cage. Right. Nicolas Cage is playing Nicolas Cage.
He's always Nicolas Cage.
Will Smith is playing Will Smith.
Right.
But like Johnny Depp is like, holy shit, who's the fuck's Johnny Depp this time? Some guy in a fucking Tusk fucking movie.
Yeah.
Oh, the other person that can do it, Robert Downey Jr. You can see him either as Iron Man or Dr. Dolittle or
Watson or Sherlock Holmes.
Which you kind of see Stark in Sherlock Holmes.
You know, speaking of Sherlock Holmes, while we're talking about it, which we're not actually, but fuck it, it's Wednesday, who cares? Speaking of Sherlock Holmes, you remember what was the movie we watched? Emily Holmes?
The one that says
Enola.
Enola, it means lonely.
Right, Enola Holmes.
That was a good movie.
Superman was Sherlock, and as he was standing there, now you didn't get
what's it called? Criticize that one because of him.
Well, you didn't get to see him that often. That's why, because it wasn't about him.
Yeah,
it was about his sister.
But this is another time they actually included his brother, like
Mycroft.
We didn't get his brother until the second movie on screen, and I learned about Mycroft because of the Sherlock TV show. Right.
Well, Mycroft's always been a bit of a wet blanket.
Yeah.
Did it just stop recording?
No, we're good.
Okay. But Mycroft's always been a bit of a wet blanket.
But you heard of him. You really didn't see him. You saw him in the second movie on the screen. I think he shows up in the British version.
He was
a couple times.
Yeah, he was a behind the scenes type
Elementary, he's a big part of it. That's how I know him from Elementary.
But I mean, like, casting a Sherlock Holmes is a really difficult task. Okay,
because you already got Elementary. You got.
I didn't like Elementary.
But you still have him as casted as Sherlock. You got Doctor Strange.
Like, I'm not a sexist type person, but Watson is not a woman.
That's a different.
Like, I don't know.
It's modern day.
I don't.
But you had Doctor Strange as
Sherlock,
and then you have Robert Downey Jr. as an American Sherlock, basically.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
And no one said no shit Sherlock in the entire fucking. You even have you have two Sherlocks and a Watson in Marvel.
Yeah.
Because what's in Captain Marvel, the Watson character, he played the bad guy.
Oh, also Watson was in Marvel too.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't a bad guy. He was just
a Kree.
No, not the one. not in the Black Panther. Was it the Black Panther?
Oh, he was
movie?
in that one too.
He was one of the agents. Remember?
He was in Black Panther.
Or was it Black Panther?
So there's 2 Watsons and 2 Sherlocks in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Way to go, Disney. Trying to own Sherlock next, aren't you? Netflix beat you to it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's like I said, it's a hard role.
You're playing a narcissist genius,
right?
Who doesn't really have emotion, and he shows up more like the Doctor.
That's not Iron Man, right? He shows up more like the Doctor.
Yeah, the emotion wise, like more like the Doctor.
There in a flash and gone like a ghost.
Doesn't care.
You know,
uses only his mind.
Oh man,
we'll make sure that we're in danger because it's a challenge.
That'd be a cool story. It's like One Punch Man. You ever think about that? Like he's there in an instant, and then the fight's over, and then he's just gone.
I like how that came all around. That the only reason why there is a Hero Academy or levels is because of One Punch Man.
Right. Yeah.
Because the little kid that he got saved was the owner or whatever, and they made it all about superheroes.
Other people wanted.
And the guy's like, I guess I'm a 4.
Yeah.
And then when he whooped that one guy's ass in season 1, because he was training with the A guy, he whooped that one person's ass. He goes, well, they were helping, and you just stole their glory, and da-da-da-da.
Have you seen season 2?
No, I want to. Man. Season 1, the ending was great. When he actually hit the guy and he didn't blow up, he's like, yes.
Yeah, it didn't last long, though.
And then he hit him again, and he's like, oh.
My God.
But my favorite's like, how did he get this strong? And he tells him every time. I did 100 push-ups.
Season 2's dubbed now on Hulu.
Is it?
Oh yeah, you should watch it. It's pretty good, man. When he finally, because like I don't think he punched anybody the whole season except for the very end.
That's bullshit.
It's mostly Jenna's fighting
the robot guy.
Yeah, but like, so fucking, he meets this dude, right? King. He's like level 3 S rank hero. He's like top of the top, right? But the guy, what he doesn't understand is he'll be there. Monsters are drawn to him
because of his energy.
Monsters are drawn to him, and then he'll like bitch out and like curl up or something, and they're dead, right? And finally, he figures out it was One Punch.
Oh, the whole time.
The whole time
he was punching people.
Was just coming by and fucking saving his life.
Without him knowing.
Right? So him and One Punch become friends. And it's like when they first meet, there's just a massive fucking bird, right? Flying right towards King's house. And One Punch gets up, looks over, and is just like, and sticks his hand out, bro, and catches this fucking 50-foot bird, just giant bird. And the dude's freaking out, right?
His eyes are closed.
And he's like, are you gonna fight this bird, right? And then the next thing, the bird's not there anymore. King's like, what happened to the bird? And then it just cuts to the bird with no head on the ground outside because One Punch just smacked the shit out of it from dead stop.
He's so sad every time he punches someone.
Oh man, it's a good season too. King, you know, like befriends.
I just like how his origin story is, and no one believes him.
The group starts growing.
I did 100 push-ups. I ran 100 miles, and I did enough things to make your hair fall out.
Then he realizes One Punch is the one who saved him the first time.
With the bird?
No, been saving him the whole time and
just punching people.
He's like, I was just there, and they made me an S rank hero. I didn't do anything. Right. Right, but nobody saw any of that. All they saw was boom, King and a dead monster. Right? He says they hear pounding coming from him, right? And it's because his heart's racing so goddamn bad because he's scared that they call it the motor of the king.
He's scared.
But right, he's terrified out of his fucking mind.
Wow.
You know, so finally the like just the big bad, you know, he says nobody can beat him. People have been trying the whole season.
Oh, like the first season.
No, the whole right, but it's the same guy for the whole second season.
Oh, okay.
And they're all trying to beat him, and this guy just keeps clapping him, and
here goes One Punch Man.
So finally King's standing there and he's talking shit to the big guy, right? And the big guy turns and charges him, and he drops the mic and goes, Saitama. Right? And it's just like beam, and like he disintegrated the motherfucker. He didn't like blow him apart like he normally does. Like there was nothing left.
And again, he was disappointed. Poor guy.
It's like, well, because the call came out that there was monsters. He's like, there's monsters? I want to go fight some monsters.
The One Punch Man?
Yeah, because he was bored of getting his... King is a video game player. So he's just beating Saitama's ass in video games the whole time, pissing Saitama off. Saitama to break controllers. He's like, this button doesn't work. He's like, because you're too rough on it. You know? He's like, you know what? One day I'm going to beat you at this game. He's like, it's very doubtful, bro. He's like, yeah, well, I can... you know what? Let's go beat up monsters. I want to go beat up monsters. That's when he finds the big dude and just claps his ass. Just...
Collapse him. So, today's topic is society. Do you think we are developing as a species?
I hope not.
Oh, no. Do you think we're devolving as a species? Sorry.
Devolving?
Yeah. Opposite evolving.
Well, if you ask a 90-year-old person what the Facebook is, they probably don't know.
Is it evolving now? Because
kids are learning better eye-hand coordination because they're starting video games younger.
It's more engineering.
I know a 5-year-old that claps you every once in a while in Smash Brothers when you're not paying attention.
Let him.
Yeah, you let him. Jesus, that's not true.
Like, oh, how dare you beat a 5-year-old? And he comes towards you. You're like, nope. Boom.
Oh yeah, I didn't even.
Like, DJ, you just beat a 5-year-old. I have no problem beating a 5-year-old.
Right. I'm not going to entertain the
idea.
The idea. You know, no offense. I've been playing that game way too long to even think about that.
But as a unit of a species, you think we're evolving together? I know in some aspects that, we're advancing in technology and medicine, but as a group...
As in everything else, it's always a matter of perspective.
All right. I like where this is going. Let me hear
it. In some ways, yes, we're evolving for the better. People also don't always make the best decisions. We
were punished for 4 years.
Right. Don't think. Oh, did we stop recording?
No, we're good.
Internet come back on? Or get shut off?
That's on.
Good, because we got to play Apex.
I know.
I want to play some Apex where it just crashes.
For real. I get my points up. So, perspective. People make mistakes.
But, nobody's perfect. Right? It's like, okay.
Our society is so judgmental now.
There's just like with, we don't talk about religion or politics.
Correct. Touchy subject.
Right. They're touchy subjects.
Ever since
but I like to take certain things from religion. Okay? Like, the eye in glass houses shouldn't
judging people.
Right. Like, you shouldn't judge people, okay? People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
That's all the way back to biblical time, too. Okay. You shouldn't judge a person by the color of their skin, but their character.
Right. Judge not by the color of their skin, but by the creed of their character.
Yes. And then we got love your neighbor. That's from the Bible.
Love thy neighbor, yep. Treat others as you would like to be treated.
Simple, basic, respect things.
Right. It's like if you're going to do something, right, think about how that other person that you're doing it to feels.
Yeah.
Right. It's like when they go after the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. For no reason. Okay. Imagine how they feel with you sitting there. To them, right? But they use the excuse, "Oh, well, we're trying to save them."
Right. By calling them fat, the F word.
Well,
that's not really saving them.
Right. That's like war because of religion. Right. You don't have the same religion as me, not the same beliefs, so we're going to start a war.
That's back in the day.
Right. It's not
Catholic Church did that.
Right,
shit.
But you have to think, it's like, well, if I do this, how am I going to make thousands of other people feel?
Yeah, but they don't do that in the heat of the moment. For some reason...
That's the problem.
Well, yeah. For some reason, people are like, well, my belief is the right belief and yours is the wrong one, and you need to believe what I believe.
Right.
And no, I don't. The greatest thing about America, which I have left, is I have freedom to believe whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
Not controlled by any government or any sanction.
My philosophy is if you're not hurting anybody else...
Don't bother me.
or, blatantly hurting animals and stuff like that. Like okay, the people who like block the slaughter trucks so they can feed and water the animal. Well, the animal's about to die. Okay, so it's a touchy subject.
And they were really good taking care. They were taking care of good too as they were alive.
Some of them. Okay, now herein lies the problem with that. Sometimes they're just left in barns, or the most efficient way to make money, which is just leaving them in one area and having certain practices. Now, there are certain people, farmers and stuff, who believe, yes, let's give the animal as well. Technically, it makes the meat and stuff better.
Yeah.
Right, when the animal has, like, there's this place, they literally feed the hogs weed.
Fiber.
Like, that's all right. That's a lot of what's in their diet is the excess weed and stuff, the weed plant that comes out of when you cutting all the flowers and stuff off. They put the excess in their diet. It makes them live longer and healthier, and they produce a better product.
And then we slaughter them.
Okay, right, which is a daunting process, and it's upsetting and
Unless
stuff.
You're in Texas.
Because you wouldn't eat your dog.
No, don't name it. Don't name it.
You know, I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't eat your dog.
Gordon Ramsay raises livestock to eat it. He told his kids not to name them.
You know,
don't name them. We're gonna eat them on Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, I don't see why you can't let them live their lives, and then as they start to get towards the end, okay, you know, that's what they used to do.
Well, because their muscles and everything
is part of the
you have to kill it before, like at the peak of their life.
The peak of their life.
Unfortunately.
Oh, you're running a 4-4. Time for you to go.
That meat's gonna be tender.
I don't know. It's a hard subject, right?
It is.
As a human, I eat meat.
Well, it's always top of the food chain. Back in the day, we'd hunt, and then we became.
It's like I saw this thing on TikTok. You know that vegan teacher or whatever? You've never seen that bitch? There's a crazy bitch on there who's always talking about, why the fuck aren't you vegan and stuff like that. And it's just like, you should just eat plants and stuff. And then, like, one girl fucking tagged one of her videos and was like, because I didn't have any protein and stuff in my diet, she got heart disease.
Yeah, they forget to tell you. Not only you gotta eat plant, but you gotta take certain vitamins.
Right.
And eat certain plants that have protein.
Right. They don't
not just eat lettuce.
They don't tell you these things, and then you turn around and do that.
Certain beans have protein. You got to eat a whole bunch of beans.
Right, but when you have a normal diet, okay, you eat we eat normal things.
You can get B12 or something, but not eating enough B12.
You give yourself fucking scurvy.
Yep.
You know, from not having enough vitamin C. You know, that's like every once in a while when I'm like, oh, I'm feeling kind of sickish today. Oh, let me go grab me some orange juice. You know, because that's orange juice will keep you from getting scurvy.
Yep.
You know, you won't get fucking. Is it? Yeah, it's scurvy.
I take an everyday vitamin.
An everyday vitamin?
Yeah, for men. Is bullying?
Viagra is not an everyday vitamin, John.
That's the blood pump. Is bullying a necessary evil in human development?
Okay, so now I'm impartial on this one, right? Because you know I fuck with you pretty hard.
You bully. I saw you bully that 5-year-old.
And
you try to stab him with a fork.
That was reaction.
Poor kid.
Okay. You know I love Brogan to death, but you don't touch my fucking food. I don't care. I don't care how old you are. You have to learn sometime
not to grab someone's food.
You notice he got moved right away, right?
Right away. Oh, I like your food, Uncle DJ. Why?
I was gonna get him too. This poor little guy. I stab him right in the hand with the fork. He wouldn't have understood.
Never touch someone else's food.
But he never would have touched somebody else's food again. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, but I don't think Sonia would have agreed with you.
She understood. That's why she moved him.
But if it happened, I think it didn't happen.
Listen, I would have taken my consequences because he would have had to taken his.
He would have had his.
You know, if she wanted to stab me with a fork afterwards in my hand, I would have understood.
But I taught him a valuable lesson.
But I taught him a valuable lesson. Yes, there you go, Sonia. Stab me in the hand so you feel better. And
not my apex hand.
Not my apex hand. No. You know, but that was at a sure reaction.
Yeah, but right? Bullying is a necessary evil.
But I fuck around with you. I fuck around with Bob. You know.
That's not.
But I don't go like.
I think bullying. Like I mean, bullying as in like not the new school bullying when you're gonna beat up the slow kid or some shit. I mean like like the stereotypical bully you see in every movie or show. Like, I'm gonna beat this kid up.
Just an asshole to everybody.
Yeah, because he gets abused at home and molested.
Stuffing kids in lockers and stuff like that.
But when I was talking to George, he goes, "No bullying." I was like, "Then how do you stand up for yourself?" That's when you have to learn. Because later in life, your parents and everyone's gonna protect you from everything. But when you go in the job world, for men or women, you got your boss being a dick and abusing power, and you're not recognizing it because you think this is how it's supposed to be because you weren't taught to stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say that it's a necessary evil to teach, wrong from right, to teach you to stand up for yourself, even for you to stand up for the little guy who was getting bullied.
Oh, that's why I got pulled out of school.
And he's like, I'm going to be a firefighter now or something. Like,
I'm just saying, like, it's, you wanted to bully. Like, it's one thing to talk shit, right? We talk shit back and forth, especially if we're friends. That's what we do.
But to push someone around
right.
and but can't defend themselves.
As soon as you start putting your hands on somebody who can't do anything about it, right? Which isn't true.
That's like you putting your hand on someone and they can't move again because you're so big.
I don't mean like can't do anything about it as far as like size wise, because size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I used to train with a kid who was a quarter of my size, and
But that's different. But there's other kids not training that way.
Right. They may not be trained in that way, have that type of drive or will, or
kids crying on the ground because he's so scared.
Right. Then you're being a dick, and I'm
I'll rock your shit.
Right. I'm gonna show you how he feels.
Now you're crying on the ground.
Now you're crying on the ground next to him, and you're like, well, "What do I do about this?"
DJ does the kid crying. Kick him. Kick him now.
Right.
Kick him in the shit.
That's when I pick up the one you were picking on, and I was like, "Kick him!" Fucking stomp on it. You see right there? This is his ribs. Stomp there.
He won't breathe.
Right. He won't do that again to you.
But is it a necessary evil?
I don't know.
If you think back at people who didn't get, even you, once have you never got bullied?
What if I never got bullied? I'd probably be big with less training. A lot less training.
Could you stand up for yourself? Can you stand up for others?
I don't know. The bullying is what made me, right? Like I'm a big dude, so people underestimate me to begin with, right? Not only am I big this way, but I have a belly.
See that stereotype, like hit the biggest person in the yard.
Right. Well, and that was the issue too, is, because I was that size, everyone assumed
you're the biggest.
I'm the biggest guy. That's who you go after. Right. Even I was told, hey, you find the biggest guy in the room and you go after him.
Teacher's looking around.
But the problem was, I was always the biggest guy in the room.
Until Tiny came.
So I was always getting fucked with. People would come up, and I had this one kid used to run up, smack me in the back of the head, and then take off running as fast as he could.
Why?
Right? I have no idea. It did make me faster, though.
Because you wanted to catch him.
Because I wanted to catch him.
Did you catch him?
One day we both jumped off the second story.
Of what?
The school.
Which school?
JD.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to JD?
I went to the old JD.
Okay, so then yes, so how the one building went this way and the other one was like this, right?
Yes.
And at the end of the one hall, there was the staircase. We jumped off the top over the top of the staircase to the first landing, and then the same thing over the other side.
Why?
Well, because he ran into a dead end, so he jumped thinking I wouldn't.
So you jumped.
So I jumped.
You caught him?
Right. Huh?
Did he catch him?
No, I still didn't catch the little motherfucker.
Fast.
I got close.
He's fast.
He was faster than me.
Looking like Sonic.
I still didn't catch the little motherfucker, but I got close.
The fastest kid fucking alive. Super bad. Yeah, motherfucking kid, fastest kid alive.
The fastest kid alive. But that made me faster, doing that every day. I became a lot faster.
With your size.
With my with my size. Which was, plus it wasn't as far down for me because I was taller.
Yeah, it wasn't 2 stories for you.
No, it was only like a story and a half.
You're like, whoop. Can't do that now.
No,
your knees will give.
I could probably once.
Before your knees give out?
Before, yeah. Like I don't know, if I absolutely have to, I could probably muster up.
I think your adrenaline have to be running.
One fucking, feat.
You can go Super Saiyan one more time.
Right, but I don't know that I'd be able to do anything after that.
So you want to make it count.
You know,
you're saving
right? So
it.
it's going to count.
You're saving it.
Yeah.
And all the adrenaline has to be rushing to you.
Right,
like you have to be almost blackout mad.
Well, it's like normally, like if my chest start pumping, I know to back the fuck up.
Because you know what's about to happen.
Because I know I'm going to hurt someone. Right? So it's like, I remember one instance, like my chest really started going, and I just really, really wanted this motherfucker. And like midway thinking, I was like, I'm going to choke slam this dude into the fucking oblivion. Right? I'm like, nope. I need to back up, right? Because I'm going to do something unnecessary and nasty.
You don't want to go to jail.
Right. Well, I'm not going to fucking jail.
I'm not going.
I'm not going to stick around and wait for the police. Oh, hold on. Let me just stand here and wait for the police.
I can only do the right thing so many times.
Right. I can only do the right thing so many times. You know, so
it is necessary and not necessary.
Right. Like when I feel like I'm just going to be unnecessarily...
I mean the bullying. It's necessary and not necessary.
I don't know.
It teaches you
just
and
keep your fucking hands to yourself. But a lot of people can't handle the talking shit either. You know,
that's my. But
like
back
I had
in the
some
day,
fucked up shit said.
Yeah.
You know.
But you're here.
Right. Well, right. Well, like saying my step cousins told.
Yeah, I know you told me.
Yeah. Like, and then I had to deal with that for
years.
Right.
Which is fucked up. Yeah. But again, it taught you to ignore people. It taught you to. But most people can't handle it. So I'm saying if they couldn't handle it then, and it got taken away from them out of their world, and then they got older and had to deal with. Now you're an adult. How do you deal with it?
Just gotta grit your teeth and keep moving forward.
And that's how the places get shot up. Like, all right.
People go to clubs and mass shootings.
Yeah. Well, homeschooling impacted. Will at homeschooling impact the next generation in a positive or negative way? With all this Skyping for class, what is your opinion?
Well, unfortunately, it's a list of things.
Okay.
Right? Because while some kids would transfer to actual at-home schooling where the parent took an interest in the child's curriculum and taught the child things that they didn't learn until they were adults, right? Because like here's the thing, I've seen some fathers who's like, or at least one father in particular,
Dewey's?
Right?
Dewey's dad?
No.
Weren't they homeschooled?
Yeah. No, but they were taught gun safety.
Yes.
You know, taught history the way it was actually written, things of that nature.
And then passed the curriculum to graduate.
Truths, you know, things you would need to know as you grow up. Mortgage.
Right.
You know, things like they don't teach you about mortgage. They don't teach you about 33%.
Nope.
They don't teach you.
Like I said, they have. You get senior year, and you get during 10th, 11th, you get world history, American history, and then senior year, you get a half a semester of economics and half a semester of government. Right before you're old enough to vote. They give you a half a semester, not even a whole year. Which
it should start early.
Which is only 6 weeks or 9 weeks.
That's like, okay, I was in 4th grade when 9/11 happened.
I was.
Okay. Yeah, you were like 30.
30 now.
You're not 30.
I was in 10th grade.
You're almost 40.
I was in 10th grade.
You're 55. Just stop. Just stop it. No.
I was in school.
But
they canceled it.
They canceled school?
Yeah.
No,
they sent us all home.
We sat in school and watched the whole thing.
Well, we saw the first towers get hit, and after that we got sent home.
Yeah.
It was a national tragedy. Right. And then they were showing the Pentagon and was getting hit.
That's what I'm saying. You'd show 4-year-old kids something like that, but you won't teach them how to get a job, support themselves. You know.
Yeah.
How to treat each other to get a customer service voice.
That's because school was only a particular...
It was a place to send your kids.
Well, no, they already have a curriculum by the state that gets passed because it's different in Georgia. It's different in West Virginia. West Virginia, they're a lot slower because I was making straight A's.
Well, it's like
compared to Florida education, compared to West Virginia education.
Yeah,
I was making straight. I didn't even show up until test taking, and I fucking passed every single test.
Well, the whole school system itself the school system's broken. Government's, it's all broken.
But now we're doing it from home on a computer, hoping the kid pays attention.
Do you know the original reason for school?
Education.
No. The original reason for school was to teach adults how to work in assembly lines.
That was vocational school.
That was the first school.
Well, no, we had colleges in freaking London and all that. But you're talking about like work.
Here.
Because only rich people can go to school back in the day. And it was mostly coming from London when they went to Oxford and all that.
I'm just saying, the school system is broken in a sense that, you know,
you're
now...
good enough. You can go now.
Right. A teacher needs to inspire a child to live.
Yeah. And how are you going to do that on a computer?
Right. Find the kid's passion, because there's so much different stuff in the world. You know, that's like I had chorus, I took drama.
Yeah, but now with the overpopulation of America, every year there's more kids in school than was the year before. And the classrooms cannot... Like, we used to have classes of 30 or 20 and 230. I was in classes of 10 because it was ESE. But again, now I heard there's no more ESE. That's what Lonnie told me. At least in elementary school, there's no more.
See, the problem is like in my school, when I got to certain schools, they were using ESE as a place to place
certain
the problem children. Right.
Oh, yeah, that's part of that. Oh, you have ADHD. Your learning's not up to par.
Right.
You're always yelling in class, so we're going to put you in this program. Mm-hmm. Which I excelled in.
And it's like when I was diagnosed with ADHD, they didn't know as much about it, so I got put on medicine and sent on my way. The problem
I was diagnosed way before you, and they definitely didn't know anything.
Right. The problem was, like, with my medicine, it was putting me to sleep.
It made me a zombie.
Right. It just made me go to sleep, and I'm like, well, I can't function that way.
No personality,
And then weed had just been pretty much crucified, so it wasn't, and nobody was thinking about, like, oh, it could help, our children and stuff. Like, don't get the kid high, but.
Well, you're smart enough to put a dose.
Right.
But no, they're not, because they give you a certain amount and go, come back to me and see how you acted.
Right.
Yes.
Take 2 heroin and call me in the morning.
Back in the day, it was here's some cocaine and alcohol.
Right. Here's some cocaine and liquor.
But with the whole Skyping thing, do you think that's a positive impact on our schooling or for the next generation?
No, people need human interaction.
That's what I'm thinking. And now they're punishing the kid because he's not paying attention at home. Parents are at work. Because I'm talking about the kids from like 7 and up that could be at home by themselves. Like, one of our friends' kid is not paying attention. They had to go back to regular school because he just watched TV. Who's going to stop them?
That's true.
And now they're emailing the parents, like, your kid wasn't paying attention on Skype today. It's like, they're 7. What do you think they're going to... Unless they get beat on a regular, then they're going to actually pay attention.
Better start them beating.
No, we got the Ferris Bueller people. They're just like...
Bueller.
I pulled off the greatest escape.
Bueller.
Imagine us skipping school at the time and said, oh, we have to go on school at home. Like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm going to go...
I probably would have done that.
I probably would have done it too. Because I'd just be like this. And they're just going to pass you. But again, the teacher's not teaching. Now it's work packets. Now it's go to...
It was work packets when I was there.
www.whatever.com. Here, read this in a half hour. I'll be back. That's not teaching.
No.
I'm like, okay, can I just learn on YouTube then?
Well, the problem was
But you're right. They need human interaction, social skills.
The thing is like, so... Oh, fuck. I wish I could remember his name. What was the history teacher at John I?
Which one?
It was an old guy.
I had him for world history.
Yeah, old white guy. He used to show a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
And then after we watched a movie, he'd be like, all right, so most of that was horse shit. He'd curse all the time, curse like a sailor all the time.
He called me Little Hitler.
Yeah.
Because of my haircut?
Right.
So I told him we were going to get an easy bake oven for Christmas.
He didn't give a fuck. I liked him.
I had him for world history.
What was his name? Geiger?
I can't remember. But he was a great teacher.
I know it started with a G. But right, he's like now.
This is what really happened.
Right. This is what actually happened. Okay. He would tell us, listen, this is the part of the movie you need to watch because this is true. This you can forget about all
filler.
This is right. This is filler. Don't worry about that. We're not even going to watch that. We're just going to skip ahead to here.
This is what the school wants me to teach you.
Right. This is right. This is what you need to know. and these are the things you need to know about it, right? And he would teach us the difference between, like with him, it wasn't Black History Month, it was history. He taught the history of the white people, the black people, the Indians.
Oh yeah, the Chinese that built the railroad.
Chinese railroad. He taught history.
That's the point. History.
Okay.
World history.
Right. There was to him,
around the world.
Right. To him, there was no difference. History was history, and it was all happening in the time period.
Yeah.
Right. It
now
wasn't.
Now they're gonna learn about 9/11 and Obama.
Right. It's like, well, they were right. You know, as
we learned about the Gulf War from '92.
Mm-hmm. We learned
desert. What's
Desert
it called?
Storm.
Yep.
We learned about a lot of things, and
Vietnam.
Right, Vietnam and the Koreans, and
we learned that in American history that we got tired of the British taxes, so we threw their tea in the harbor and we decided to create our own taxes.
Right.
And then we called that Independence Day. Mm-hmm. Because we didn't like their taxes.
So we just turned around and gave us our own.
Last time I checked, they're not in debt.
Yeah. You know, again, just like that, right? So Canada is their own country.
Yeah, the French.
Right.
Spaniards invaded Mexico and Florida.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Then we took Texas. Then we took Florida.
Right. Hence the reason that it's El Paso, Texas, and not,
and New Mexico,
Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Like
we have 14 separate colonies or something like that. And then they found out that we need taxes to have a society.
The thing is history is vast. It's not like this isn't the year one. Okay,
we should know better.
Right.
Genghis Khan, Hitler,
some of the great tyrants.
Yep. Russian tyrants.
And
Vikings.
We say great tyrant not to celebrate.
They're like, oh, Columbus did this. What about the Vikings? We're not learning about them.
Right.
Okay. So they brought disease and killed the Indian? No, that's not Thanksgiving. I'm confused.
Vikings, Egyptians.
Right?
We learn about Caesar and
Alexander the Great.
Rome.
Alexander the Great burned the biggest library down in history when he invaded Egypt, which probably had the blueprints to alien technology and the Bible.
God knows what was in there.
But the Bible survived.
I'm just saying, history is I
love history and science. Yeah. Like people who like, oh well, evolution and the Bible don't match up. Like, well, they kind of do. They said they created God in His own image. You don't know what they looked like back then. Like it could have been dinosaurs for all we know.
God could have been a T-Rex.
It was like billions of years between the dinosaurs and man, or some shit like that. Or no, we're closer to the mammoth than we are the T-Rex.
Right.
And people don't realize the mammoth was thousands of years after the dinosaurs.
Well, because humanity was coming out of the Ice Age instead of going into it.
But people like, oh no, they don't match. Like, no, they
like I said, that's the whole time.
It flooded the earth.
The meteor.
Sound familiar?
Ice Age.
Well, the Ice Age happened twice, I heard. Like, again, we're only billions of years old, so God knows
how many times.
And we're the youngest in the galaxy.
Right.
History, science, Neanderthals versus Cro-Magnons,
right,
and Homo sapiens.
I don't know. I always felt if I was going to teach something, it'd probably be science or history, because those were always right. Those are always coolest.
Like the corrupt history of people abusing Nikola Tesla.
Things they don't.
And Thomas Edison's like, I'm rich. I'm going to steal your shit. Like
things they don't tell you.
Do you really think Benjamin Franklin had a kite? Like. Did he get electrocuted?
Vincent van Gogh was,
Oh man, that's still a Doctor Who episode. Well, you're not gonna know you're famous until after you're dead,
right?
And your art would be worth millions. And then they brought him to the future, and he cried.
Just saying, they tell us things to keep at bay, but it's
the real history of the Parliament.
Right, it's ridiculous.
The real history of the Catholics when they made you go to other countries and say you believe in us or die. They didn't teach you that in Catholic school. All right, why are people so soft in our day and age, as you wanted us to talk about yesterday?
Because they're like you, they're soft like butter.
No, but the other people, what community? The Apex community?
Oh. Yeah, no, toxic is the Apex community.
Soft like butter.
Soft like butter.
But why is that? Like, compared to, like, the 70s and the 50s when you're 18 you had to go fight in the war. Like, there was no soft. You're going. When you didn't tell the government, we have rights. Like, no, your ass going to war, bitch.
Going to war. You're either going to war or they're
you
coming
go to jail.
Here.
And they will come get you. And now people are like, I need a safe space. Hillary lost. We're going to go storm the Capitol.
That was years ago. Sometimes you just need a good old safe space. That's all it is.
The world's not sunshine and rainbows?
Not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. Also, I think it stopped recording. No, it's still recording.
Why are they soft? What do you think?
I can't tell you.
They're not bullied enough?
Not bullied enough.
See, bullying is necessary.
Didn't get bullied enough as a child. Don't, you know.
Sometimes they get, I know it's about perception, like you said, but you get mad at the dumbest, like, people get mad at the dumbest things. Like, from wearing a face mask until selfies.
Tread lightly, Josh.
To Chun-Li not being in the new Mortal Kombat.
I don't know.
To him not having voice actors in other countries.
You getting mad because the internet's out and can't do your live podcast.
I was so mad. Like I said, we rely way too much on technology. We were given a gift, right? And we got used to the gift, and now you're trying to take the gift away, and it makes you, because we adapt to it. So
see, and then you say I don't care or work on it, but I made it a point to make sure that we just did recording today.
No, you don't want to hear. No,
I know. I made a decision because I knew
based on
that you would come in here. You would try to set up the live.
Because I'm trying to do the right thing.
Right. You would try to set up the live. And then when it didn't work.
No, it did work and went out.
Right. Okay. Even worse.
Even worse.
Right. You'd have lost your shit. Would have ruined the whole show. Day would have been over. So instead of doing that, I said, hey, just set it up for recording. We're going to skip the whole Josh Meltdown thing and go right into the show.
It's a learning process.
Listen,
the Josh Meltdown sometimes is necessary.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I've spent 6 years perfecting, you know, dealing with my wife's attitudes.
Attitudes?
Attitudes,
She has
yes.
different personalities?
All women do. All beautiful women always have... They're like an onion.
You're gonna do the crazy thing from How I Met Your Mother, like equally hot as crazy.
Yeah.
She shaved her head and then she got new boobs.
Right. You know, all women have, you know, many beautiful personalities.
Tread lightly.
And moods as one does.
And hunger.
And hey, listen, I get mad when I'm hungry. That's an everybody thing.
But you know what you want to eat.
You know, well, so as far as that argument goes, it's both of you are thinking of each other argument, right? Okay, it's an oxymoron. You don't care what you eat
because you just want to eat.
Because you just want to eat. She doesn't care what she wants to eat. What she wants to eat. Now, when you say something like, "Oh, let's just go to Burger King," it's like, "Yeah."
Taco Bell,
right? Or then she goes Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Nah. Right?
Should I cook?
Yeah. I don't want to do dishes. I don't want to wait.
So then we want to eat? I
don't know. Right? And then it becomes an argument because you have no answer.
What's the answer?
Right? So like...
Tell her we're going to her favorite place. So and when she says it, that's where we're going.
Right. I've employed a new thing, right? Like, I knew her birthday was coming up. Okay.
Thank God, right?
Right, thank God. On her birthday, she does not like to pick. She just wants to be told where we're eating, right? So I have to remember the places she likes eating. Cheesecake Factory is up towards the top of the list. Olive Garden, normally, because she likes pasta.
Yes. She loves pasta.
Anything fish-related, might as well throw that out. She doesn't want to eat there. She's not a big takeout chicken person because there's not a whole lot of...
True. KFC or
Buds or Zaxby's.
Yep, that's it.
Right, and that's pretty much it. Or fucking Chick-fil-A.
Well, you got her something we don't normally ever get.
Right. It's cheesecake. Well, cheesecake's expensive. Yeah. But goddamn it, they're delicious.
It filled you up. I saw you. You're like, that filled me. I still got cheesecake in the fridge.
Yes, I still got my key lime pie. But I mean, that was a delicious sandwich. I was like, hot diggity damn.
Yeah, you said it at the end. You're like, that was satisfying.
Yes, that was good.
Mine was good.
You know, they used 3 pieces of chicken, but they were thinly sliced. Right? Like, I don't really particularly like
to chew.
Well, it's not that I don't like to. I like to chew. I just don't like big hunkin' fucking. You know, like Because that I feel like I got to cut up, right? And eat properly. And now it's on a sandwich. Now I'm fucked. Right? So it's like...
But it was good.
But yes, it was delicious. And I'm glad I thought of it.
All right, our last thing for today is experience versus college degree.
Oh.
We live in a world and age when corporations, everyone wants to pick college degrees over experience. My opinion, George was like, no college degree. And I was like, so a person who's never worked on your car, worked on a car in your day, a day in their life, versus 30 years of a mechanic, who do you pick? And he's like, college degree. He has no experience. He literally went to school and copy and pasted. What the fuck you mean?
Well, that's a little different. Normally places like mechanical jobs are hands-on. So that like they do learn hands-on how to do
versus someone who's doing it for 30 years.
Right. If you like...
Who can just hear the motor and tell you what's wrong with it? That's what I'm saying. But people are hiring like, so now you go for a job in whatever profession you want versus like you have 30 years experience and this guy that's next to you is 19 fresh out of college. Or 21, I mean. Has an engineer degree or whatnot. You've been doing this for 30 years. And they go, well, we're going to pick that guy. Do you think that is...
New car or old car? There's a lot of factors. If it's a newer
whatever
car,
profession you want.
I pick the younger guy. Because new cars are stupid. And I don't want to put the 30-year mechanic through that.
Well, no, I'm saying any other profession. Whatever profession you want.
Well, see, now that's funny, right? Because you don't. Which do you want? Do you want the 60-year-old stripper or the 30-year-old stripper?
That's a different. That's not a college degree.
Well, I mean, they got dancing degrees. You can get dancing.
I picked the 6. She has experience. She'll make you. She got some mileage.
She's got mileage.
Well, no. Well, even if you're in like film, like
she's got mileage.
Say you're in film and whatnot. As the film progresses, you learn hands-on as you go compared to film school. Like I'd hire the 30 years experience person over here. But then at the same time, people were like, well, the new perspective of the younger generation are not stuck in their ways.
Do you know what it ends up coming down to a lot of places like that? Do you know why they pick the younger guy over the older guy?
Because the other guy's stuck in his ways.
No, because the older guy knows what he's worth. And they can lowball the younger guy because the younger guy's just trying to get out there and work. Start his career.
So he's overqualified.
Right. I remember that happened to Cindy. She was an accountant for...
happened to my mom.
60 years, and then when she tried to go get a job at a fucking store, or just the same job someplace else...
They said no?
They said no, because she wanted a certain amount.
Happened to my mom.
And then she ended up working at a gas station for like $3 an hour. It's like, well, fuck. At that point, it's like, I'll work at the place that wants to lowball me because at least it's not $2 an hour.
And it's already something I'm doing.
And it's already something I'm doing, right? It's like, have a conversation,
Happened to my mom. She was at this place doing accounting for like 30 years, something. I think she still gets a pension. But that was during the college degree era, like right when I first started, and they hired someone to do her job for less pay.
Right.
But they have a college degree now on their resume thing or whatever. Or what does your company have? We have 6 people with college degrees in accounting. So then she ended up working like as a receptionist at an air conditioning place my brother worked at, and then she just started doing taxes for the last 20 years.
Right.
But it's only during tax season.
It's all fucked up.
It is.
Well, that's today's show.
That's all we have.
Is there all papers? Oh.
I don't know. Look over there. What are you doing?
Huh?
So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. Catch us on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for our audio version. And this month's charity.
Huh? I was just gonna wait for you because you complained you didn't have nothing to edit, so I was giving you a few minutes, a few seconds to find and cut it down so you're happy. This month's charity, of course, because it is the month of February, Black History Month, and Cancer Prevention Awareness Month, is Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Link below.
The link will be below as usual. You can catch us every Tuesday and Wednesday between the hours of 9 and 10, unless our internet
11.
doesn't work. Then the show will be uploaded, and you guys can catch it later. And again, I apologize for the inconvenience to y'all
who like our show.
Who actually, so Sonia.
Sorry, Sonia.
Sorry, Sonia.
Brent sometimes.
Kim. You know, Trina watches.
Yesterday's video had a thing in the front of it.
Desi. You know.
So, we'll see you next week.
Sorry, guys.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers!